Hello, all you non kindred. Welcome to Miami. It's safe, it's kind, it's fun. You can go out at night and stroll all by yourself, and everything's going to be just fine, or so you tell yourself. Hi, I'm Josh Wallace. I'm from Angel Citadel, and we are playing today in Vice City, Miami, and Gateway to Sin. Um, Continuing our Vampire the Requiem Second Edition campaign. I am your storyteller, your game master, your friendly, cuddly, furry, whatever. I don't know. Supposedly I'm a Pokemon somewhere, but I don't know.
That's a new
Anyway,
one.
yeah. In another universe, maybe. Um, I have my cast here. I love them all. It's going to be a good session. We'll go ahead and quickly reintroduce them and go over some of what happened last session and jump right into the action. So, Rusty, why don't we start with you?
Hi, I'm Rusty. I'm playing Victor Rockwell. He is an Invictus gangrel who just recently lost one of the last few people who was tying him to what was left of his humanity. Due to his own fault, mind you, but still.
This is true. Joanne.
I'm playing Kimberly McKnight, the lead singer of Dusk Crush, and I don't know.
And I don't know.
Dude, I am still trying to get all my stuff set up.
How you know you're not in a professional Twitch stream or a professionally produced stream? We're just a bunch of people having fun playing role playing games, and that's
Critical
why.
Role doesn't get this real.
Just a bunch of friends having a good time, really.
I am a Deva of the Ordo Dracul.
Yes, you are.
I remember.
That's right. I forgot you got one of them this time now.
Yeah. I blame the sheriff.
He's
I
easy
shot
to
the
blame.
deputy because I shot the deputy instead.
Caro.
Hi, I'm Caro. I'm Cedovari in the chat. I am Charlotte Delacour and Invictus DeVay, and I can't relate to desperation.
I love it.
Hold on. You're saying that Charlotte can't relate to being desperate?
Yeah,
That's what you're saying?
No, because she's hot.
I'm also making a Sabrina Carpenter quote. Thank you for pointing it out.
And last, Jeff, why don't you finish this off?
Hi, I am Jeff. I'm playing Sage Thorn, who is a Mekhet, barely Carthian youngster running around getting into trouble, and I think about to get sent off to boarding school by the oh my gosh, what are they even called?
Morai.
The Morai, that's right.
Something like an apprenticeship, yes.
Apprenticeship in a cult.
Yes. Yes. Woo! Emphasis on the cultiness of the cult.
Love a good cult.
So when last we left off, what happened? Drum
Charlotte?
Why me? You were the focus of last session.
You were the focus of last session.
Yeah,
You're the one that took the notes, though, right?
I have them somewhere.
Well,
no, this is not a typical role-playing group at all.
I was targeted by the two representatives of the Morai and have been requisitioned from the prince's court to join them in, I guess, the old world. Are they from?
They're
Are they
from
from?
Europe, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I'm going back to Europe with them, and so I have been trying to say my goodbyes without having too many feelings about it.
Is it working?
Yeah. No.
No.
No. Sage has too many feelings about it.
Okay. What else happened?
Rusty did something bad.
You talking about letting go of Piper?
I'm talking
Yeah.
about cheating on her, but that too.
Well, yeah. No, Victor broke any amount of trust he had with Piper. With oh god, what were they? What were those two women again? I forgot what they were exactly.
The Morai.
The Mirai.
They're the
Yeah,
ones
the
that are taking
Mirai.
Sage.
Yeah, no, he slept with the Mirai and then had to call Charlotte to kind of get him out of that whole thing. And Piper found out, and now Victor had to realized it was best to just let her go with the other kindred that she ended up forming a bond with. And now Victor actually owes Charlotte a favor of sorts, whatever, pretty much. So just because she put herself on the line for that.
I don't do things for free.
That's correct. We also had a death in the family. Someone's
did?
house burned down.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
I think my sire
Your sire,
is
Raphael.
gone.
Yeah, Victor's the one who saw it on the news and ended up calling Sage about it.
That's right.
Yep. Oops.
Them's the breaks.
That's what
He was-
happens, I guess.
That's what happens when you're a deadbeat dad.
That is exactly what happens. So, we have one vampire dead. We have one vampire relationship broken. We have one vampire going off on a forced apprenticeship. And yeah, lots of craziness going on. So, with that, we'll go ahead and start into today's session. It is still early evening. Jeff, you are chatting with the sheriff, if I remember correctly. Rusty was, I believe, in his office working on the video.
He was.
Caro, what were you doing? What was Charlotte doing?
I think Charlotte was just at Elysium with other folks. Mingling.
Was there anybody in particular you were looking for?
I think she's looking for Sage.
Okay. It is not terribly hard to find Sage. With you being in one of the common rooms, it's, I mean, yeah, you can lock the door. They can't just burst in there, but to find where you went is not that difficult. So yeah, you know where he is.
She's hanging out outside while he's talking to the sheriff. I think she just wanted to gossip about Piper and whatnot, but realized that something bigger was happening when he's speaking to the sheriff.
Okay. So we ended that conversation. I believe you walk out And I guess Charlotte is sitting outside the office waiting for you.
Oh, Charlotte. It's it's nice to see you.
I'd say the same, but it mostly depends on what you were doing in there.
Just having a conversation.
Wow, you couldn't be any more obtuse. Try again. Give me any kind of information whatsoever.
Well, I mean, right here in front of all of the public in the sheriff's office doesn't exactly seem like the place where I would just give you all of my explanation. So I thought I would just be opaque until we got to a place that I could tell you things.
She
I
rolls her
was
eyes and puts her arm in his and starts dragging him out.
uh, I was gonna come looking for you anyway. I have some good news.
Okay.
Uh, I I think I found a job.
You have a job.
I think I found a vocation.
Okay. Go on.
We find a room that is like a meeting room, and
Sure.
go inside, and then I sit her down and I say, "So, you might die if I tell you this."
Might die if I don't. These are the parameters of living.
Unliving. But yeah,
Unliving.
uh, I have been asked, um, and answered for to go with those two scary women from Europe.
Oh, have another orgy?
No, no. Uh, to go with them to Europe.
Oh,
They think I have a lot of potential for seeing things,
okay.
for foreseeing, not
Yeah.
for seeing.
Yes, I got it. There's an E in there that's not particularly apparent.
Yes. Um, so they've asked me if I could with them,
Hmm.
and the sheriff and the prince think it's a really good idea because they will not fight for me, and these ladies are uh, scary enough to give the prince pause.
So, are you going as an apprentice or are you going as an indentured?
I don't know, but I'll be honest. I'm just thought I would be able to grow out of whatever it is that I was doing and maybe be successful. And everywhere I look, it's just vampires this, vampires that. Can't can't eat here. Your kind aren't allowed. It's just it's just really weird, and I feel like I'm frozen in time. And I want something. I don't know what, but I want something, and it's bigger than to just have influence with the prince's court.
And you think the way to do that is to be enslaved by two women who do fortune telling?
So I'm not going to be enslaved as much as trained.
Okay. Let me rephrase my question, because it came out a little judgy, and I'm attempting to be a little less judgy. Do you want to go?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
It does to me.
Well, if it matters too much to you, then you will almost definitely die. So
That's
just
who?
these two women are powerful enough that they give the prince the heebie-jeebies.
So
And
because two women are powerful and make the prince want to pussy out means that I can't care about what happens to my friend?
well, you can care, but that's all you can do. Thoughts and
I'm not
prayers, you know?
I'm not
It's
planning to
fine.
do anything. I'm having a heart to heart. Do you want to go with them?
I mean, I don't really care, is what I think I was saying. I've made a couple of friends. Really, you, and you're mean most of the time.
But it's in an adorable, like, passionate kind of way.
Yes? Anyway, I have I have a I have a potential that I could meet. I have I have a place I could go to like do things and have a roadmap laid out for me. I grew up in so much chaos, and then I was born again into even more chaos. And when I spoke to her, I was afraid, but it also felt quiet for the first time that I can remember.
Hmm.
And so I don't know if I want to go with them, but I don't want to stay here any more than I want to go. So it just seems like an option that I'm just a dirt poor kid from a trailer park, and my sire turned me without thinking, without knowing me, without just to do it for kicks, I guess. I don't know. And then I was trapped here in this world. So now they would destroy me if I said no.
Sure.
Uh, and like I said, the prince and the sheriff have no interest in fighting for me, and I can't blame them. I don't think I would even want them to fight for me.
I'm going to pretend that all of the messy, complicated feelings equal out to you are okay with what is occurring.
I'm as okay with it as anything.
That's really fucking sad.
I've given thought a few times to walking out into the sun just to see it one more time. This is the first time I've really felt like maybe there was something in my future.
Have you been able to divine it yet? Can you see what's coming? Woo!
I'm pretty sure that they and eventually I would be able to block the view of other folks who are sensitive like me. So I sort of looked at it, but it was like the magic 8 ball says, answers uncertain. I
Before you go, will you look into mine?
I don't know that I can look real far into your future. I can just usually know things about people when I open up my. But I mean, I already know you. I can tell you the things that you don't want to acknowledge about yourself if that's what you're asking.
Well,
No
I
power
already know
needed.
that you think I'm mean and you don't particularly like me. It doesn't bother me.
Oh, I don't dislike
I was
you. I've had lots of mean friends.
good. I was hoping for something helpful or a direction or like how to eventually become the primogen, etc., etc.
Oh, those things. Those are things that you have to work toward. I could maybe tell
Oh,
you. I could maybe tell you about like the first step, but remember when I said they told me I have a lot of potential that I could grow into?
yeah, your shoes are too big right now.
Yeah.
That's all right. When do you leave?
In a few days. I'm just. Did you know that my sire was killed?
No.
Yeah, he was killed last night.
By
Um,
whom?
I don't know if it's these ladies or if it's the prince or the sheriff, but somebody
Somebody.
tying up loose ends.
You think they're coming for you next? Maybe you should go quicker.
No, I mean, I don't think the sheriff has any interest in crossing the Morai, and I think that the Morai wants to use me and give me purpose. So I think I'm
Good
safe
enough,
here.
good enough an answer as any.
Um, what's going on with Rusty? Rusty, goddamn. What's going on with Ink?
Oh, he cheated on his girlfriend and now she's mad and run off with another vampire. It's a whole high school drama thing. It seems much less important now.
How is it that we're so young and he's the one that's involved in all the childish drama?
I mean, I
That's
am, but I keep it to my damn self.
um actually that's a good point. Um and then I sit you down uh at the table and I spread out my tarot cards and then I kind of shuffle them around and scooch them back into a stack. And then I cut them a few times and spread them in a neat fan in front of me. And I would like to. Um, I would like to use what is it called? Omen sensitivity.
Okay.
I get to make a wits plus occult roll. to interpret the omens in my surrounding. For every success, I can ask the storyteller a yes or no question about my character's life, about the surroundings, a task at hand, or the world at large. I would like to give Charlotte a reading.
All right.
Let's see. Close that. Wit is 3, and occult is 2. So execute. Fantastic.
How'd you manage that?
Very
Read it for those in the
delicately.
chat.
I look into the cards. I have you choose several cards, and as you lay them out, I look at them quizzically and I say, "You, I don't have any answers for you."
You really do need this training, don't you?
No, I think I'm not meant to give you any answers, any cheat codes.
Hmm.
Did you ever play video games? Do you know what cheat codes are? It
I
doesn't
know what
matter.
video games are.
Okay, good. Yeah, I think it's good though. I think that means if I can't read a future here, that means anything can be your future.
Wow, what a great spin on a thing. That could also just mean I didn't get a fortune in my fortune cookie. Thank you so much, Sage.
You're being very dismissive, but I do think that maybe that's kind of important. I think that it means you have more choice than some people have.
I am being very dismissive because I am sad. And I don't want to be too obvious about being sad.
Okay. Well, I could see that already. Anyway, would you like to help me find Kimberly? I haven't said anything to her yet.
Sure. She might be in Vampire Australia. She's trying to set up in Australia. I don't know why.
Like a prison island?
I think so.
I mean,
Come on.
it sounds like a project. It sounds like a project worthy of someone who has nothing but time on their hand. So,
Great point. Let's go find her. Do you want to say goodbye to your boyfriend?
who?
Victor.
Have I seen Victor yet?
I genuinely cannot remember.
You have not actually seen Victor face to face. You
You spoke to him on the phone.
spoke to him on the phone.
Okay. Well,
Also,
let's go find.
as a side note, I don't remember if Kimberly actually mentioned anything to Charlotte
Yeah.
about that particular project. That
Yeah.
was the conversation that she had with the prince.
My apologies.
So,
Yeah. Let's go find Kim.
and we're going to cut to Kimberly. Kimberly is taking a detour.
Yes.
She heads north, up the coast, about 45 minutes to a warehouse that she's visited once before. and sends a text off, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes.
to set up a meeting there.
Yep.
And when you get there, you're met by Luther.
Luther, darling, it's so good to see your face again.
I can't say the same.
That's okay, I'll grow on you like a fungus.
Ugh. I had athlete's foot once. It was horrible.
Oh, darling, I'm worse. Far, far worse. But anyways, we're getting sidetracked. I'm actually here to offer you an invite. I'm fixing to go kill a vampire. Would you like to join me?
To kill a vampire.
Yes.
I'm interested. Tell me more.
Well, he's a gangrel. I plan to partially eat him first and then rip his heart out of his chest. And I figured if you guys were there, you might enjoy getting some shots in of your own because he's bragged a couple times about hunting hunter teams and loot his place afterwards because he's not going to need it anymore.
Curious. Have you got time for me to call a few friends?
Of course.
The more the merrier.
The more the merrier. Remember, I'm not on the menu.
I think we can agree on that. He walks off, pulling out his phone, and starts dialing numbers. You hear his voice faintly. He's trying very hard to be quiet and subtle. It's not really him, but it works. About 20 minutes later, you hear a car pull up outside, and three humans walk out. They're dressed casually in dark clothes, but nothing particularly obvious. They're not dressed in SWAT gear or anything like that. But they
That
are
would work.
carrying weapons. Two of them have shotguns, and another one's looks like they're carrying a fairly large axe. Luther comes back, and he's got a large aluminum baseball bat.
Fascinating.
And rope. Lots of rope.
Ooh.
So
He's
you
gonna
want me
have-
to leave him alive for a little bit so you can have a little bondage time with him?
Luther shrugs. Always be prepared.
Makes sense to me. I always enjoy a good experiment. Shall we then? And I'll go get on my motorcycle.
They get in their car and start following him.
I will, before I start and go, I will text Luther the address and
Okay.
head there.
You lead Luther's car to Marley's afterlife.
All right, I'm gonna pull up, I'm gonna park, and I'm going to send a quick text to Sage. Are you home?
Oh no.
When Sage gets the text, they just text back, I'm at Elysium.
Excellent. Don't come home. Hugs, XO, XO, XO. And then she's gonna hop off the bike and head on in.
So the bar is open, and there is a loud reggae music playing in the background. There's a kind of a haze of smoke, not super thick, but enough that you notice it. The bar has probably 40 people in it. They all seem to be enjoying themselves. And there is a stairway that leads upstairs that's got kind of a half, maybe a 2/3 door blocking it off.
I'm gonna lead him on up. Open the door and keep going.
Okay. The door is locked. That 2/3 door.
Not for long. I will pick the lock.
Okay. Let's see here. That is going to be a intelligence plus streetwise.
Streetwise or larceny?
Oh, wait, larceny. Yes, never mind.
Eight successes.
Good grief.
Shiny metal math rocks for the win.
I gotta stop buying you metal dice.
You've said that before.
I have, and I always break it, and yeah.
Well, this time it was your child that bought me the metal dice. So
All right. You pick the lock and lead them upstairs. There's a single door at the top of the stairs.
I'm going to do a sniff test. Do I smell Cassius?
Yes, you do.
I'm gonna open the door and walk in.
Cassius is sitting on the couch with probably a 30-year-old female. He looks like he's already had dinner. She is kind of sprawled back. You can see a small amount of white powder underneath one nostril. But she's got a glazed look in her eyes and a smile on her face. She's not dead. She's breathing, obviously. And he's kind of tucked back in the corner of the couch, one arm on the arm, the other arm on the back of the couch, leg up, one leg up, one leg down. And he looks up at you and his brow kind of furrows.
I'm on him before he even moves, meeting his gaze and hitting him hard with dominant.
Okay, so go ahead and make your dominate roll. And I'm going to resist.
And his is resolve.
Yep.
Six successes.
And that beats my 3. So he looks up at you and his brow kind of furrows, and then he relaxes. Kimberly?
Hello, Cassius. You fucked up. And then I eat.
Okay. So that is going to be a dexterity. No, excuse me, a strength plus brawl. To grab him against his will.
While he's dominating, he's going to take a negative on that. Because he's not
Yep.
going to want to fight.
He's taking a negative. Boy, is he taking a negative.
Six successes.
That's plenty. You grip his head, jerk it to the side, and you start drinking from him.
Yeah, I'm going to take 3 pints.
Okay. Are you down any vitae? You should be, because you dominated.
Yes, I am down 2 vitae.
You gain those 2 back. And as you pull away from him, you notice that the woman is no longer there, and there are only 3 hunters with you. So you're assuming the 4th hunter took the girl down.
Okay. When he's just kind of thrashing weakly, because I've stolen most of his vitality, I'm gonna lift up, lick him closed. All yours, my friend, and lick my lips. And then I'll need to roll to resist addiction.
Yes, you need to roll to resist addiction.
All the dice.
Resolve plus composure with a -3 die penalty. So let's see, that's 5 dice.
Eight.
Good grief.
Do you want to start watching my dice? I will let you. These are the ones you bought me specifically for vampires.
Yes, I know. All right. So you are just fine. You feel better than you ever have in your entire life.
Okay.
There's a little trickle of blood down one corner of your mouth.
Yeah,
But,
I'm gonna neatly clean up. Oh, but before you die, I should probably tell you why I'm killing you. See, a friend of mine was living with you, and you were responsible for making sure he took care of himself, did what he's supposed to do, and learned the things he was supposed to learn. And you failed. So now I'm mostly eating you, and then I'm giving you to the hunters because you failed, and failure is not acceptable.
by this time, Luther has him tied up, and he and his 2 people are going to work on him. It's not pretty.
I'm gonna keep watch.
That bat of his is not store-bought, let's say. So he took the end off of it and filled the bat. It is now not a nice 5 or 6 pounds or whatever a bat weighs. It is 25 pounds.
I'm gonna take a picture of him when he's taking his shirt off and he's like flexing with the bat.
Oh,
and send it to
jeez.
Sage.
Okay. Are you doing this during when he's getting beaten, or were you beating Cassius to death?
Well, not when Cassius is in the frame, but yes.
Okay. No, I meant, are you sending the picture during that time?
Yes.
Okay. So it's about 10 minutes after you get the text to stay away from home, Sage, that you get another text. And this one is of a very large, very muscular um, black man with a baseball bat.
I'd
And
recognize him.
you recognize him as Luther, and he's got a little bit of a sheen of sweat on him right now.
He probably also recognizes the wallpaper of his house.
And yes, you recognize that he is in your house.
Sage would, God, I don't know how Sage would feel. Sage was friendly with Cassius. Certainly didn't want him dead. Sage would look at the text and then say to Charlotte, I gotta go. And just zip out without saying another word. Just like running as fast as he can with the with my perception filter on, so nobody pays attention. And I am running back to my house.
Charlotte starts running after him. I don't have anything better to do.
Okay?
Wait, at least to get in the car. I have a car.
Sage is gone. Like,
Okay,
Sage is using that celerity. Get
Alright.
out of there.
You are running.
Charlotte is in her car and guessing where we're going.
Okay. It takes me however long to run from the
I would
Elysium
say
to
it takes about 15 minutes for you to get from get out of Elysium, run to where that bar is on the docks, and get inside. The 2/3 door is still unlocked, and the the door to your apartment is closed.
I try the door.
It's unlocked.
I yank it open, don't even close it behind me, and rush in.
There is a pile of dust on the couch.
I think Sage's eyes just kind of well up with tears. And they look around and then are there hunters or anyone in
No,
there?
there is nobody
Okay.
there.
Sage takes this opportunity to go into their room and collect a couple of things that they had forgotten.
All of your stuff's still there.
And yeah, like just kind of grabs their stuff and is walking out of the apartment when
Charlotte gets there.
Charlotte gets there. Yeah.
What happened?
I don't really want to talk about it.
Okay.
Can
Do you Want to ride somewhere?
Yeah. Can you take me back to Elysium?
Yeah, get in.
Um, you just have like a little tiny sports car, right?
It's a VW Bug.
Okay,
It's pink.
but
Of course
it's pink. Is it a convertible?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't know if there
I
are
just-
convertible VW Bugs. It's custom.
there are,
There are, yeah.
there are, yeah, for sure. Is this like a new model of VW Bug, or is this like the old like 60s version of a VW Bug?
It's like 2020.
Okay. So I go run back to the trunk. that's that's why I was asking. And the
Yes.
old ones, the trunk was in the front. I run back to the trunk and put all my things in, and I think at about that moment, Sage says, I think we need to go right now. That should give us enough time.
Enough time for what?
Sage gets in and says, go.
Charlotte gets in and goes. We're not listening
Uh,
to any music until you tell me what's going on.
as we're driving away, you see that there is a sort of dim, flickering glow in the room of the apartment that faces the street, and there
There are
is
other
some smoke coming out of the apartment.
Oh, you set it on fire. Okay.
Yeah.
there are other people in this apartment.
No, we're the only ones who live upstairs, but there's like storage upstairs. Downstairs it's a bar. They're all gonna hear the alarm and they'll run. It's fine.
Okay, whatever. Not my circus. These monkeys are looking rather familiar, but not my circus.
Well, I just had to say goodbye.
All right. Did you see Kimberly when we were
No.
back in Elysium?
No,
Okay.
it's fine. I don't think I need to say goodbye to Kimberly.
Did something. Okay. No, you don't want to talk about it. It's okay. Okay, we'll go to Elysium. We'll find Victor. We will drink to your memory as you are taken by two succubi.
I mean, I think succubi are real, so I think these are just two vampire ladies.
Two bitches, then.
They probably are because they're vampires, but I think that's fine.
Charlotte illegally double parks in front of Elysium because she can afford a ticket if she must.
Okay.
All right, get out. Let's go. Jawohl.
I text Victor and say, we're about to get a drink. You should come join us. And then I reply to Kimmy's text of a picture, the picture of Luther, and I just respond with three little fires.
And upon getting the text from Sage, Victor he sets his stuff down, saves all of his progress on what he's been working on. Grabs his jacket, starts heading outside. He's assuming that that's where they are, that they're just right outside.
Yeah, by
And
the
just
time they get downstairs, you see them.
and so he just kind of, as he's walking out, he's doing a small little wave and making his way towards the bug. So you said we're gonna get a drink.
Yeah, but not here. I need to get wasted. And you see
Yeah.
Sage flush life and says, "I know a bar."
You want to go to that cool bondage place?
No.
Okay.
All right. Well, let me in, and yeah, Sage. I think I'm right there with you, though. I think I need to get a bit shit faced. So, yeah, let's go. Kimmy coming too.
I didn't ask her to.
I mean, why not?
We're going to get drunk. Shut up. Get in the car.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure.
Victor,
But
you have to put the seat down before you can.
yeah. No, I'm gonna need Sage. I'm gonna need you to get out so I can get in. That's kind of how these cars
You have
work.
to get out, put the seat down, and then crawl at the back.
Sage does it. Sage hops out.
While they're waiting, Charlotte, under her sweater, texts Kimberly, "What happened?" 4 question marks. Are you okay?
And
Kimberly sends back a text. I was punishing someone on behalf of someone else. I'm feeling a little off. I'll be in touch. Things aren't quite what I thought they would be.
Did they ask you to punish them?
No.
Okay.
Are you feeling off because of diablerie?
No, I didn't eat him all the way. I didn't point of death. I just ate a few pints. However, because I did eat him, Kimberly did eat him, Kimberly is going to have to take on at least one gangrel discipline. Which is weird.
Charlotte texts back, "Okay, TTYL, kisses, XXX."
TTYL.
then Victor's crawled into the back seat and just. So let's do this shit, shall we?
It's your night birthday, girl. Where are we going?
I tell you the location of a bar that's kind of like an underground bar that is it's mostly like a punk club that like the space is rented legally, but it is not zoned for what goes on there, and so there's no signage or anything. We just go, and when we get down there, there is just loud music, like sort of dim lights with kind of like flashing lights on the side, not strobing, but just like the lights flash different colors, and
Fair enough.
and there is a sort of roughshod bar setup that mostly just looks like tables that have been kind of like sort of high tables that have been set up with a couple of wire rack shelves behind it full of liquors.
Charlotte holds her hand out to Victor expectantly.
And Victor's going to grab it and walk her in and all that. Or is that?
No.
Yeah.
I need help getting onto the stools. They're very tall and these are heels.
Yeah. No, I got you. I got you.
Thank you.
And I guess as soon as they enter the threshold, Victor is also going to flush life.
Charlotte looks terribly out of place in this building.
Yeah. Sage just pushes all of the money they have across the counter and says, I need a bottle of whiskey and, like, I don't know, a bottle of whatever she wants to drink. And when they just push a middle shelf bottle of whiskey onto the bar in front of me, I just unscrew the lid and just start taking long pulls from it, and then I put it in front of Victor, and then I say, I think I want to dance. And I go out to the dance floor and just start, like, moshing. And I think that's all Sage wants to do. I don't know what you guys do. Sage would, if you guys say you wanted to go, Sage would be like, okay, I'll get back to Elysium.
Oh yeah, no. Victor is going to just that bottle of whiskey. Victor's just going to just keep sucking from that. He's just everything that happened the past day or so. He's trying to drink to forget.
Same.
I think some people are not telling me some things, Victor.
Yeah, what? Like what?
I don't know what has occurred at all to anyone at all. It's not my business to tell you what's going on with Sage, but I imagine he already told you. I don't know what's happening with Kimberly. You're just having teenager drama.
Yeah, how have you not had, like, any drama at all?
Because I keep it to my goddamn self.
Yeah, fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
I keep it zipped and not inside the den of vampires.
See, the thing is, though, with I at least know. Yeah, with Kim, no idea. I'm just as in the dark as you are. With Sage, kind of have a feeling of things. Not sure. I know his sire's place got burnt down because I saw it on the news.
All right.
And that's all I know. And then he doesn't seem like himself.
Well, he didn't like his sire in the first place, but
No, his sire seems like a right dick. Kind of like my old one was. She was a fucking bitch.
no, she was in charge and cool, and I like her.
She was an abusive, manipulative person.
I
who
think
had
you
me
have
sign a-
problems with women in power.
No, she had me sign a contract under duress while I was at the lowest point of my fucking life here.
How is that not women in power? That's a girl boss move.
That's... that ain't... That's not girl boss, that's just abuse.
But if I did it, it'd be hot and cool.
That's different. Because, you've at least got a semi-decent personality. She was a snake. Her words were laced with fucking venom.
Just because you happen to fall into my category of an okay person does not mean that I'm not a complete bitch.
Yeah, no, but still, you know, you got a good heart, though, Lottie. You got a good heart. Her heart was as black as the fucking night.
Sounds hot. How's Piper? Is she dead yet or what?
What? Wait, what? One more time?
How's Piper? Is she dead yet or what?
No, she left.
Left.
Yeah. Another kindred can treat her better than I was able to, so I
Oh,
realized.
he's for sure going to kill her.
How do you know that?
How long has he known her?
Yeah, that's a good point, but the same thing is that she seemed like she wanted to go. After everything that I did, after everything I put her through, it seemed like she wanted to go.
That sounds quite a lot like signing a contract under duress.
What do you mean?
She didn't know what she was agreeing to.
Right.
Whatever, she was starting to annoy me anyway. Her whole weird fetishizing of this.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. No, that was.
You sure do know how to pick 'em.
Yeah. No, Lottie, I have not had a good success in my love life for my whole life here. I'm telling you that much right now.
Pobrecita.
I've
Your
also
vampire daddy's on the dance floor. Go play with him.
I don't dance. I'm just gonna stay sitting here and drink till I forget what happened. The past couple nights.
Oh,
So
you are so sad. Charlotte
look,
takes a
look,
big sip of
Lottie,
whiskey, spits it out because it's disgusting, and then goes and stands on the dance.
it's Lottie. It's either this or I go back to gambling, and I feel like this is the better option.
Gambling's fun.
Gambling's fun, but that's how I ended up broke in the first place.
You're a vampire. You have a million years to become unbroke. Come dance.
Fine. But I'm taking this whiskey with me while we're dancing. While I'm dancing, so.
Don't get
And
caught.
he's gonna grab the whiskey, he's gonna get up, and he's also gonna go and head to the dance floor. Just try to have a good time.
Whiskey at a
As
punk
good as
venue
you
is hysterical.
What kind of bottle did Charlotte request?
Charlotte didn't drink anything, took a large sip of the whiskey, and then spit it out because it was gross. So there's
And
hot
Vi-
girl whiskey
and-
throw up.
Yeah, and the thing is, she's watching Victor just fucking down this whiskey, though.
Charlotte has a thing against flushing life, so she just doesn't do it.
Yeah, when you get anywhere close, Sage grabs the bottle out of your hand and just kills the last third of the bottle.
And, Victor raises his hand up. Yep, go on. Yep. Here's
I don't
to drinking to forget.
Sage shouts at Charlotte, "Where's your bottle?"
At home in her dorm bed.
She didn't want to drink.
Sage is almost vanishes and is in front of the bar and asks for a bottle of gin and then makes their way back to you guys and then says, "Seems like this is more your speed. I don't know." And I just sort of break the the cap off because I'm wasted and put it to my lips and take a big chug.
If you insist.
To,
And
to which
she
Victor yoinks it first and just takes another and then hands it off to Lottie.
disgusting. Thank you. She flushes life. I think for the first time that y'all have seen, and drinks more than she should be able to as a very small, very skinny woman.
Mm. Yeah, I think Sage either gets really, really wasted and starts trying to kiss Lottie and Victor, or if their advances are not received by either of their friends, they just keep dancing and find somebody else to try to make out with.
Yeah, which is gonna Victor's not thinking straight. He'll let the kiss happen, but he'll after that he's going right back to dancing. Just he ain't ready for any of that stuff right now, and he knows it.
Elliot lets him. This is fun. It's just fun friends making out. There's nothing
Yeah, just fun
important about
friends making out.
it. It happens.
And I think that's pretty much the end of
Yeah, I think that's
of the scene.
how the three of them are probably going to end up spending the rest of the night there.
I think
What's
so.
Kimberly doing?
So yes, we're going to cut back to Kimberly. After you bail with the hunters, what is Kimberly doing?
Kimberly's gonna go for a drive and head down to the beach.
Staying in Carthian territory, or are you going to go south, further south to the
Yeah,
Circle
no,
of
I'm getting
Crows?
out of Carthian territory. I think I'm gonna head north.
Okay, so Ordo territory.
Yes.
All right. And what are you doing on the beach?
I am going to find a quiet spot and just sit and watch the moon rise. And then realize that I am now a wolf puppy.
Give us a good howl. Give us a howl.
I don't howl.
Come on, Kimmy, give us a howl. Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
that's adorable. I love it.
Tap into your inner wolf there.
On all levels except physical.
I am a wolf.
So, you are sitting there watching the moon, and you feel the wind through your fur. Sit down and kind of stare down, and two little paws look back at you, and you let loose that howl.
That is not okay. I told Josh I wanted to be a wolf, and he told me that the only way I could be a wolf, because I'm not going to have much discipline in it, and I'm going to have to build up the discipline, as if I'd be a wolf puppy. So now I'm a little wolf puppy.
Because it's cute.
Ow.
The hunters go home. You found a fairly secluded spot of beach. It's not totally empty. However, you only see people walking down the beach probably once every 15 or 20 minutes. Sometimes one, sometimes it's a couple, holding hands, doing the here, let's walk on the beach in the moonlight kind of thing.
Aw,
Yeah, that's Miami. You got to do that.
it's cute.
At least unless it's spring break, then it's parties all up and down the beach. Um, and you're a wolf puppy.
I'm gonna start trotting to Elysium.
It takes you a long time to get there.
Well, I don't have to take back. Hopefully somebody knows how to do it.
Stuff like this.
And that's where we'll take our break for today. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. Thanks for sticking with us so far. And hope to see you back here shortly.
Be back shortly.
Welcome back. We are in Miami with a small wolf trotting down the street and three drunk people in a bar. I feel like that sounds like a joke. You know, there were three drunk people in a bar, and then one walked in, and yeah, I suck at telling jokes anyway. So you have a night of drunken escapades while you are flushing life. I presume you head back to Elysium at some point. We're shutting the bar down.
Yeah, probably shut the bar down.
I don't know because Lottie was the driver. You know, it's Lottie's car, so
I'm not driving my car right now. Well, I guess I could just stop flushing life. That
You
seems
could.
like a waste.
I mean,
But I'm also not letting Victor drive. Okay, and she stops flushing life immediately and kind of dusts herself off. All right, back to business. Where are we going?
Elysium, I think. You coming, Sage? You got somebody you going with? What's going on here?
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Yeah. Elysium, I guess.
All right, everybody in the car. Okay.
Yeah.
You head back. I'm presuming Sage is just getting dropped off. Victor, you're going back to your apartment,
Yep.
and you're going back to yours as well, Charlotte.
I think so. If we're not planning to stick around in Elysium.
That's what I'm asking. Are you, or is there something else that you guys are doing?
Oh no, I'd go back to my apartment then.
Oh yeah, no. Victor's gonna go back to his apartment and just completely crash once he gets there.
No hangovers when you're a vampire.
So you head back, crash for the evening. I'm assuming the small wolf trotting through the streets of Miami makes it back to the apartment and looks up at a very, very confused guard.
I will go sit in front of him, look up at him, and go, "Oh, woo."
He looks at you for a long minute, sniffs the air. Kimberly?
The wolf pup nods their head.
He rubs his eyes and he looks back down at you, kind of half expecting that the wolf will disappear, and it didn't. Whatever happened, I didn't do it. You're going to tell the prince that I didn't do it.
She's gonna nod again because he didn't do it.
He lets you inside and kind of leads you to the elevator and pushes the correct floor because puppy and elevator buttons, and you go upstairs.
You're having way too much fun with this.
Yes. The elevator door opens, and the prince is standing there. Well. This is not what I anticipated seeing tonight.
Ow.
He holds the elevator door open and kind of steps back and lets you come in. Shall I make up a litter box?
I will give him the most disgruntled, disgusted look on my face and flick my tail at him and saunter into the main area.
He flashes you a grin of bright white teeth. perfect teeth, and follows you in. You had a bit of a different dinner tonight, it would seem.
I will.
And over the course of the rest of the evening, which is not very long, he uses your bond to teach you how to shift back. It hurts a lot. Shifting is not something that is very comfortable the first 100 or 200 times you do it. But you eventually shift back into your own form. And
Ow.
he looks at you and he says, well, I would say I'm surprised that this happened, but I'm not really. I'm just surprised that it happened so quickly. I presume you train him.
Not completely. But he is also no longer among the living.
Supposedly, or according to my reports, Marley's afterlife burned to the ground.
I'm sorry to hear that. I will state that the fire was not of my doing. But it couldn't have happened to a nicer place. Reggae music. Ugh.
He nods. Yes, pun intended. We'll speak of this more in the future. For now, go get some rest. You're going to need it.
I promise in the future I will only eat people I have permission to. Unless they upset me. Yeah.
He reaches out and kind of pats you on your forearm. Don't make promises you can't keep. And then he walks off.
I will go to take my nap.
Fast forwarding, unless anybody has anything that they really want to do, until the evening of Jeff's departure. Sage's departure. Does anybody have anything they want to get done in that amount of time? It's 5 days.
No.
The only thing Kimberly will be doing will be shifting back and forth as much as often to get it to where it's as smooth as when the chicky vampire turned into a vat.
Okay.
But we can just say that she's doing that off screen.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Miss Blue and Miss Argent show up at Elysium on the arrived upon date and walk to the room that you're using to stay in. Knock on the door.
I get up and answer the door. And I say, "Oh, hi. Is it time?"
It is.
I've packed all of my things into one backpack. It's a tight fit, but I didn't have many things.
Rebecca inclines her head and says, that will change. Oh, come. Let us start your new life. And they walk towards the elevator, expecting that you'll follow.
I lay down my phone and on top of a book that I'm leaving behind, and I follow them.
They take you to a private hangar in the Miami airport. And waiting there is a very expensive jet.
Whoa.
The doors open. You see a crew of three, pilot, co-pilot, and one steward. And standing at the bottom of the gangplank is the sheriff. He appears to be waiting for you.
Hi. I didn't really expect anyone to see me off.
It is not often that we Morai welcome a new member into our ranks.
Oh. Well, hi.
He kind of gives you a half smile, and you can see something of a twinkle in his eye. An amusement you didn't guess.
Oh. I guess it was really nice to have a couple of conversations with you. Will I see you again?
Perhaps. I came to give you a gift.
It's not a stake through the heart, is it?
He laughs. No.
Okay.
Something you might find useful as you step forward into your future calling. And he pulls out a velvet silk cloth that appears to be wrapped around a rectangular object, and he hands it to you.
I carefully unwrap everything.
It's a tarot deck. And as you look at the tarot deck, you realize that it's an exact duplicate of your garbage deck.
Oh.
Oh.
But there's one card missing.
Which card do I notice is missing?
The world. And as you look up to say something, he reaches into the inner pocket of a suit coat that he's wearing, and he pulls out the card. And he lays it on top of the tarot deck. He says, "You have a vast future ahead of you. You've been given another chance. Take it. Go find yourself and make what you want of your life. The world is yours."
Sage nods and says, "Thank you," as I'm wrapping it all up. Thank you. I really hope that this is the sense of purpose that I want it to be.
As do I. And he reaches out and he sets his hand on your shoulder and he squeezes once. And nods. And you get the sense that it's no longer a, "Hey, child, you're a good boy." It's, more of the nod of a budding peer, of somebody that could potentially become an equal.
But could it also be good boy?
Please.
I mean, if you want it to be.
I reach up and take his arm and I say, I hope one day I can take care of the station of someone worthy of rule the way that you have, and guard against their tyranny if that should arise.
He smiled, and you get the sense that that statement about him is perhaps truer than anybody in Miami knows.
Well, I think I'm ready. I've never actually been on an airplane before.
Oh.
Lots of water, and he reaches into his suit pocket and pulls something else out, and it's a small pack of gum, and he hands that to you as well. This might help.
Okay. I just stick it in my pocket and immediately forget about it.
Okay. And he steps back and he lets you go up the gangplank.
Okay.
As you walk by, you hear him murmur respectfully to the other two, Rebecca, Victoria. We'll see you at another time. Hopefully not too soon. And Rebecca almost sniffs at him. And then she starts climbing the stairs as well.
Uh-oh. He's not in trouble.
They have differences.
Mm.
That's fine.
Y'all strap into the chairs, and the plane pulls free, and you take off to Europe. Paris, France.
Not Paris,
Paris,
Texas.
France.
Paris, France. That's where Rebecca is from.
Well, I will flush life and eat all the pastries.
They're great. It's a very, very posh flight. The flight is actually, I want to say it's something like 7 hours or something like that from Miami to Paris, and snacks and dinner is whatever you want. I mean, they'll cook it there. The steward is also a chef, so they spend quite a bit of money owning this plane. Anyway,
I want a steward like that.
perhaps someday. Charlotte,
Yes.
you wake up that morning, or that evening, I guess. What do you do?
I think she wants to head to Elysium. She shoots Friday a quick text. It's just like, "Hey, headed to work." Heads to Elysium, hopes that there is something going on with the Invictus group.
So there probably is. The other place you could look, and this is just as a side note, is Exnovium.
Could you remind me what that is? Sorry.
That is the corporation that they run.
Oh, yeah. I'll head to that HQ then.
Most of their activities are funneled out of funds that corporation generates. So
She wants to ask for a job as an administrator assistant, some kind of not she can't jump to like, "I'd like to be your operations director," but like she wants to be close to the people that are in charge.
okay.
So she wants to talk to Cressida about it.
Cressida actually does have an office there, and so you go and find Cressida's office, and it's probably on the 10th or 12th floor. This is about a 40-story office building. The floor that she's on is it's a very open center format. There are pods of people working on social media presence and going through like posts about Miami and things like that, and making sure that the masquerade is upkept, and so they've got Facebook hacked, they've got X hacked, they've got everybody's number, and are modifying and or taking down posts that get too close to things that mortals are not meant to know, and or posting things that are in defense of the masquerade. So look at this idiot who's dressing up like a vampire. Vampires aren't real, blah, blah, blah. Around the edge of that space, that there's probably a good 40 or 50 people working there right now. You see glass wall and periodically glass door offices facing the outside where the glass of the skyscraper is. And Cressida's in one of those offices. So you go and you eventually find her office and knock on the glass, and she turns and looks really surprised and waves in.
She steps in, says, "Hey, Cressy, I got super drunk and decided that I want to work a corporate job now."
And her mouth just falls open, like that was not what she expected to hear when she woke up that morning. And or she hasn't had nearly enough coffee for a statement like that. You've never been here. You?
I think that I have several valuable assets that could be helpful to the progression of Exnovium.
You can see the wheels turning in her head, and they're almost like when you ride a multi-gear bike, like an 18-speed or something like that, and you pedal the pedals backward. That freewheeling, no resistance gear, the gears in her head are doing that. they're trying to spin, but they're not getting anywhere.
Can I show you something?
Sure.
Charlotte steps over to her computer and goes to a like privated subreddit that is about specifically like the occult in Miami, enters like a password that she has found from somewhere. I thought you might have missed this one. It gets pretty close to the masquerade.
She kind of points at her computer and looks at you and looks at the computer, and it's like, how that you okay then. Let's she kind of looks around like she's starting to collect her thoughts finally. Let's get you introduced around, I suppose.
That sounds excellent. Thank
And
you.
she walks you out of her office into the main area of the floor and sets you down with a group of 3 other vampires and introduces them and says, Charlotte's going to be working with us now. Please take some time and show her the ropes. And
Hello.
you now have a job. Victor, you wake up that morning. What do you do?
Oh, first, he's going to be he for one, completely surprised that he doesn't have a hangover. But he should, and then he remembers, wait, no, that makes sense. And he kind of buckles down, shoots a text over to Kimberly, letting her know that he's about to go back to, getting back to work on the video. And he's going to make his way to his office and start working.
Okay.
Trying to push through the last bits of the rough, stuff before you can actually start the proper animating of it.
Sounds good.
And he's while he's doing that, he's going to kind of shoot an email over Kimberly's way, for whenever she responds to it, just saying, progress is made. Here's what we got so far, and he sends her the rough storyboards.
Okay.
And he's going to buckle down and get back to work. Just kind of pushing that through until he can, kind of readjust himself.
And Kimberly, you are woken by the sound of your phone getting an email.
Okay.
And when you open it, you see several attachments from Victor about storyboards.
I will wait to fully open those attachments once I'm on my laptop, because little bitty phone, screen laptop, yeah.
Fair enough. Over the past week, past 5 days, you've been switching back and forth as often as you possibly can, and your body hurts. It's real tender.
Yep. No pain, no gain.
What are you doing today?
I'm gonna go out and have breakfast, head to class, do my normal routine.
In class, you notice that about 5 minutes into your in the start of your class, you where is it? Crap, where is it? 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 I hate it when I do this. Yes. Okay. You notice that Theodore walks in the room and takes a seat in the back.
Okay. I will pretend that I don't see him and instead focus on my professor.
It is another rousing business lecture.
Yep. Lots of notes. Very focused. I think she is discussing, researching trends and ways to take advantage of those as they rise and fall. And how to build business plans around keeping an eye on those.
When you leave, Theodore is waiting for you.
Hello, Theo.
Kimberly, how do you stand listening to such drivel?
Despite the annoyance of her voice, the information she is imparting is important. She's not my favorite.
Interesting. No, I came to find out, and he seems almost nervous. When you have that class, you know the one.
Okay.
I thought I might audit it. I believe is the word that they use in the education system.
Of course. Would you like to join me as my guest?
He looks extremely uncomfortable, but he finally nods and he says, if that would make it easier.
Excellent. Don't worry, she doesn't bite.
And he smiles. No, I wouldn't presume that she does. What time is it?
In an hour and a half.
So he looks around and he stares at the students wandering and milling around campus, and you see him lick a fang, like he wants to feed on one of them, but he's holding himself back, or maybe he wants to just take one of them and experiment on them, or something like that. You're never quite sure with him. And then he puts it away, and he stops and he says, "So what do you do for an hour and a half.
Why? Investigate other classes. I need the knowledge, not necessarily the degree.
I see. So where are we going next?
We're going to pop into the general sciences area. This one will be very much up your alley. And mine too, and she'll wink at him.
Interesting. And he follows you to the next class that you go to. By the time 10 o'clock rolls around, all your classes are done, and he has begged off, preferring instead to stalk the professor that you had invited him to go see, because he couldn't possibly be any more creepy. What do you do after school?
Well, after school, I don't know, go practice with the band, and then I'm gonna go check on my hunter teams.
Okay. Victor, you finished the storyboards. What are you doing next?
Is anything happening in Elysium of note right now?
Of note, not particularly, but if you're looking for something to do, there's usually somebody there.
Okay. So the last ball that we all danced with, who was the I forgot who was the woman that Victor danced with again?
Crud. Was it not the Invictus Primogen?
It was. 'Cause I think because Victor wants to try to get more into, into the Invictus, and he wants to find a way to kind of get closer to all of that.
Okay. Her name was Annette Rothford.
Annette Rothford, right. And I know you wouldn't be able to contact her directly, I don't think, unless she gave him a number or anything like that.
She did not.
Okay.
However, you do know where Exnovium is.
All right. Yep. Then Victor's going to kind of pack things up, make his way over to Exnovian just to see everything around, see what's there, kind of get a taste of things, a proper taste of things.
Yeah, your boss. What the heck is his name? Hang on. Where are you? Where are you?
I'm trying to remember. I think I had that written down somewhere. But...
There it is. Atticus Thane.
Yep, Atticus. There it is.
Your boss has an office at Exnovium. So
Victor's going to shoot Atticus a message saying, I'm on my way over there. I kind of want to get more involved in this whole thing. And he's going to start heading to Exnovia.
okay. It is about a 5-minute jaunt from Elysium. It is also downtown, so
You get a text from Charlotte that says, "What are you doing here?" 3 question marks. And then BTW, I turned on my location. I turned on your location for me.
Oh, jeez. And here I thought Theodore was the stalker.
He's just, why'd you turn on the location?
She texts back, "Fun," and then stops answering because she doesn't need to be involved.
He's going to sigh and just kind of make his way to Atticus's office.
Okay. His office is on the 30th floor of the skyscraper. He is a lawyer. And so the times that you visited his office before and now you notice several bookshelves along the wall filled with law books. And he's sitting there sipping at a glass of whiskey and looks like he's working. When you walk in, he looks up. How may I help you, Victor?
So I'm not sure how to go about this, but Victor's gonna make sure the door's closed, and he's gonna try to keep things barely above a whisper. I want to get more involved with the Invictus, and I don't know how to go about doing that. So I need your help.
He sits up and kind of temples his fingers in front of him, and then he gestures towards a chair in front of the desk. Sit down.
And he takes a seat.
So when you say get more involved with the Invictus, what is it that you mean by that?
I'm not 100% sure. I just everything really. I want in on everything, anything. Just I want to be better at this, all of this. And I feel like one of the first steps is actually, understanding things first and foremost. Because I may have been, I may have been turned, but I wasn't given a lot of, guidance or tutelage or any of that kind of shit.
He reaches out and picks up the glass and takes a sip and sets it down again. Very well. I understand that you, how shall I put this? You have something of a talent with graphic design and such.
I do. I do, actually.
And Novium has an advertising arm, a marketing arm. Would you be interested in a position there? Or were you thinking something more along the lines of, and he smiles, collections?
Explain.
Well, corporation doesn't live on charity now, does it? So when people who owe money fail to make good on such a debt, we send people to collect the debt.
You know, I've always been the collectee, not the collector, so. How about this? How about this? We'll go for the advertising and the collection. Does that sound doable?
He raises an eyebrow. You're looking to be busy, aren't you?
Very much, yes.
And will this get in the way of your dalliance with the prince's brat?
I'm going to try my best to balance all of it. Trust me, when I had my own studio, I took on a lot of hats. So I'm good at doing multiple things at once.
Very well. He takes a small piece of paper or a small pad of paper, notepad, and writes down 2 room numbers and 2 names. You'll find the people that you need to speak with here. I look forward to seeing what you have to offer the Invictus, young Victor.
I look forward to showing you. Thank you. I mean it, Mr. Thane, Mr. Thane. Thank you.
Good day, Victor.
And Victor gives a nod and walks out of his office. And are these rooms in the same building?
Yes, all of these are in Invictus Tower.
So Victor's going to go to the first room on that list of 2 there. And he's going to just very gently rap on the door. Hello? Anybody in here?
Come in. You hear a feminine voice call through the door.
Thank you. And Victor's going to make his way in, shut the door behind him. Hi, Victor Rockwell. I was sent by Atticus Thane.
You look on the desk and you see an actual nameplate, one of those triangular pieces of hardwood with a metal plate decorating it on one side. And the name is Grace Farragon. Well, Mr. Rockwell, I've heard a thing or two about you.
Oh yeah. Oh boy.
What are you doing here?
Trying to get more involved with the Invictus is mainly going for the kind of funny combination here. Collection and advertising. Trying to keep a plate as full as I can get it.
Advertising, huh?
Yeah. I don't know if you know about things from my past or not, but Rockwell Studios ring a bell?
Yes, it does.
you know, before it went under, anyways. But yeah,
You don't have to tell everyone that.
he feels like he does.
Well, I suppose we can make use of your talents, whatever they are.
Well,
Come,
we've got
let's
right
go see what you can do. And she will take you out of her office and start walking you around the floor, talking to some of the people that she works with. And eventually, they will put you in front of a drafting table with a fairly large white canvas and give you a rundown of a logo that they've been contracted to do. And say, you have 4 hours.
4 hours. That, wow, that's more time than I usually give myself. Fuck. Yeah. Okay, I got this. I can. I'll have it. I'll have it. How about this? I'll have it to you in like 3.
She turns and walks away.
And Victor's going to get to work on the logo.
And Charlotte,
Hi.
you have spent the last several hours with your new, I don't know if we could call them pod mates, because that sounds almost like a bad old science fiction movie or something.
New co-stars.
New co-workers, co-stars, something. They have shown you some of the things that they do with regard to social media, and it basically confirms everything that you've ever suspected about censorship in social media. It's all true.
So, Josh, a little earlier, you mentioned, Facebook and X. Are Zuckerberg and Musk kindred?
No,
No, they're just some guys.
they're just some guys.
What does Exnovium sell? Is it like a product or is it more just like a front?
Exnovium is, think of it like an aggregate. So they dabble in legal services. They dabble in lending. They dabble in marketing and advertisement. They dabble in product placement from a not so much a legal side, but from a publicity side. So when you want to get people to purchase a product, they'll do advertising and marketing, but they will also go and bribe politicians. They will blackmail people, the competition, or things like that.
We don't like words like bribe. Think of it more as a payment term.
Something like that. But that's the kind of business it is. It's not one specific thing. It's
Gotcha.
things that make money, things that make lots of money.
Word up. Charlotte's just kind of learning the ropes from the folks I think she's able to lend some expertise as to how to get like more eyes on something, of like, you know, the influencer game, how like sponsorship works, stuff like that. But she's most interested in like the censorship and keeping things off of the internet.
Okay. So they continue to teach you about that, and about 2 in the morning or so, you receive a text, and the number that the text is from is anonymous. It's blocked. It's one of those like you receive a text from number 23876 or something like that. Like it's not a
Yeah.
phone number, right?
Yes.
You could trace it sort of, but there's no way of even really knowing who's on the other end. And you see on the text, there is a photograph of a single red rose on the covers of your bed. Next to it is a small heart-shaped black velvet box.
Is it the kind of text that I could respond to, or is it like I don't think that'll answer?
I mean, you could. You don't know whether they'll answer or not.
Charlotte texts back, if my door is broken, you will be paying for it.
They do not respond back.
Oh, about what time does work conclude for the evening,
About
gentlemen,
4 in the morning.
ladies? Oh, it's 2. I should abscond. Well, it has been just a pleasure to make your all acquaintance, and I can't wait to learn more. I do have to be going, though.
Something more important to do?
Oh, not more important. I just like to maintain a healthy work-death balance.
One of them looks at you skeptically. He's looks to be a younger vampire, but he's probably been around longer than you have. Your funeral.
I've already had it. It was lovely.
He shrugs and gets back to work.
I will see you all in the evening.
You can leave. They're not going to stop you from leaving.
Oh yeah, she heads out. She heads to her car.
Okay, heading home.
Yep.
Your apartment door is not open. It's not been broken off its hinges.
She steps in and holds her. She feels silly doing this, but she's doing it anyway. She holds her fingers in her jacket as if she has a gun under it. She does not, but like, still kind of cases the joint just in case.
Okay. You case the joint. It looks empty.
Okay, she goes to her bedroom.
The rose and the box are there.
She texts Victor, if this goes poorly, you can have my job. And then she opens the box.
There is a chain diamond bracelet inside the box.
She puts it on and
It looks
takes,
really good.
obviously, and takes a picture and sends it to that phone number. And says, "I'd love to thank you in person."
You receive a 2-word response. Perhaps someday.
She responds back, "Can't wait," and then goes and changes the combination for her door.
All right. Kimberly. Your hunter teams are fine. Luther thanks you profusely for the excitement. He says, you know, it's not, I can't think of the last time we dusted one of you leeches in a safe ish manner like that. Is that the right way to say that? I don't. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do. I am pleased I was able to be of assistance. You are more than welcome to call on me for help in the future.
But I still don't understand why. You're a vampire, right?
Yes.
And you eat humans.
No, not really. Most of my food comes from a goblet. I've never actually bitten a mortal. That's yeah. I get mine from a bag.
He kind of scratches his head. Don't vampires not like doing that?
Typically, most of the vampires I've met don't like doing that. I prefer it because it, to me, biting someone is a bit more on the sexual side, and yeah, that's really not my kink. If I'm gonna bite somebody, we're going to be having sex, and I'm not going to take a chance on breaking a poor mortal because, yeah.
He thinks about that for a second, and then he makes a face like something between um disgusted and horrified. So you're a not vampire that plays in a rock band and drinks blood from a cup.
Yes. Vampires can do everything that a human can do. We can even some of the women that I've met as vampires actually can carry life. The only difference is that we've got something extra riding shotgun.
He thinks about that for a second and says, "You might just be the strangest vampire that I've ever met."
Thank you.
Um, and then you get a text.
Okay. I look at the text.
It's from Corvus.
I'm gonna reply quickly. Hey, my dude, sup?
The Concilium requests your presence.
It wasn't me.
You and your friends.
I will meet you at our normal spot and you can guide me there.
Their next meeting is a week from today.
Excellent. I will be happy to meet them a week from today.
He sends you a time, and as a final text, a final comment, he writes, and wear something not rock and roll. They wouldn't
Oh,
appreciate that sort of thing anyway if it bit them on the ass.
well, that's just disappointing. But okay. Oh, happy birthday, by the way.
He waits for a few minutes before he responds. You remembered.
Yes, I did. I'm also going to get you a present. I found a cute little bookstore.
Thank you, child.
You're the closest thing I have to a friend in the mortal world.
I will see you.
Soon. And I'm going to give Luther a grin as I put the phone away.
Good
So-
news, I presume.
I was reminding someone that it was their birthday and wishing them a happy birthday. He's one of my touchstones.
Luther looks at you almost like you were speaking Greek, and then shrugs and says, "Weirdest vampire I've ever met."
Yes. I am honored you think so. Because I have big plans and big dreams.
And I think that that's probably a good place to end our session today.
Ooh.
So, we're saying farewell to one of our characters and one of our cast members who's going on to bigger and better things. Jeff, we appreciate you playing with us for so long through years of Invisible Sun and now Vampire. It's been a blast. I hope you've had fun, and
Yeah.
I hope you get to enjoy something new. So,
We're gonna miss you, buddy.
And I'll
Oh,
never
shucks.
see you again.
Never, ever.
not
Never,
ever
never.
again.
I promise to stay in touch on the Discord.
Very good. Wouldn't
You
have it
better.
any other way.
Well,
And
thanks
even
for
if he
having
doesn't,
me
I'll
in your
tell you about our
games.
home games.
Thanks for joining us. And, from our Citadel to yours, happy gaming.
Happy gaming.
See you next